Welcome, everyone, to today's Explainer. Okay, if you're a traveler with a real thirst for deep cultural and geographic exploration, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're diving straight into the newly announced Discover Pakistan group tour for 2026, put together by the National Planners of Pakistan. We're going to break down exactly what makes this itinerary such a fantastic blueprint for cultural immersion and really lets you see the full scope of what this journey has to offer. Okay, let's dive into this.
Right out of the gate, the source material makes a bold, very specific promise. They say, "Welcome to the adventure of a lifetime." And honestly, they aren't just using marketing fluff to grab your attention here. This tour is engineered from the ground up to be an absolutely unforgettable journey through some of the most breathtaking, complex landscapes on the planet. It's meticulously planned out so that you can just absorb the sheer scale of the experience rather than stressing over all those tedious day-to-day details. Now, it sounds incredible in concept, right? But what does a 14-day adventure through Pakistan actually look like? It's so easy to get caught up in the initial hype of booking a big trip, but as focused learners, we really want to know the underlying structure. We need the itinerary broken down to grasp exactly how this abstract idea of an adventure translates to reality on the ground. So let's dissect exactly what this journey actually provides. First off, this isn't your standard long weekend getaway where you barely scratch the surface of a new city before rushing back to the airport. No way. We're looking at a full 14-day, 13-night deep dive. That time commitment is absolutely crucial. It means this is a substantial, immersive experience. It's specifically designed to give you enough days to naturally acclimatize, adjust your pacing, and truly embed yourself in the shifting geography, the deep history, and the vibrant culture of the country. Let's move to and see how this builds, because geographically, the route is a literal and figurative ascent. You start in the historical density of Lahore, which is this bustling city packed with centuries of architecture and vibrant street life. From there, the tour shifts gears to the modern capital, Islamabad, before venturing upward. And I mean literally upward. You'll travel into the dramatic, high-altitude landscapes of Nuran and Hunza, ultimately culminating in the spectacular mountainous heights of Skardu. It's an incredibly thoughtful progression, taking you from vibrant city streets all the way up into the absolute peaks of the region. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the deliberate balance of the curriculum. On one hand, you're stepping directly into profound history. You're walking the grounds of the majestic Lahore fort, taking in the magnificent Badshahi Mosque, experiencing the intense energy of the Wagah border ceremony, and even descending into the vast Kivra salt mine. But on the other hand, you're surrounded by staggering natural wonders. We're talking sweeping mountain valleys, stunning glacial scenery, and some of the most breathtaking alpine lakes you will ever lay eyes on. It perfectly balances those man-made marvels with raw, natural scale. But a truly great itinerary is about so much more than just ticking boxes on a checklist, right? It's about the sensory details. The on-the-ground experiences are what turn a trip into a lasting memory. Just imagine fully immersing yourself in the local culture alongside expert guides who actually know these remote regions inside and out. Picture spending your evenings sharing stories around crackling bonfires with your group and waiting for that exact perfect evening light to hit a glacial peak for a once-in-a-lifetime photograph. That's what we're talking about here. Now, usually, exploring remote mountain valleys means accepting a sore back and a cold tent. You just have to rough it. But here, you get a fascinating contrast. You absolutely get the adventure, that rugged mountainous exploration and vibrant local history. But directly opposite that, you have incredible comfort. The tour provides comfortable accommodations, daily breakfast and dinner, and perhaps most importantly, luxury transport. Because let's be honest, getting to skip the stress of driving yourself along winding cliffside mountain roads, that is a massive relief. You get the thrill of the rugged outdoors without sacrificing the comfort you need to recharge. And this brilliantly illustrates a huge pain point for travelers. If you've ever tried to independently book reliable transport or negotiate accommodations deep in a place like the Hunza Valley, you know it can be a massive logistical headache. That brings us to why this specific setup matters so much. Because all the complex logistics are handled entirely by the National Planners of Pakistan, you are granted total peace of mind. The heavy lifting, the navigating, the daily scheduling, the vetting of remote hotels is completely taken off your plate. You're freed up to simply exist in the moment and enjoy the journey. So the crucial point is this. If this sounds like your kind of journey, you're going to want to circle these specific dates on your calendar. The departure is set for the 12th of October, 2026, and the return is the 25th of October, 2026. Knowing these hard dates right now, well in advance, gives you the perfect window to start planning, blocking off that time, and preparing for an autumn expedition that really takes advantage of the region's absolute best weather. Because space on a highly curated trip like this will naturally be limited, the source material makes a very clear recommendation, and that is to book early. You can easily subscribe to their YouTube channel to catch more updates as the trip approaches, or head straight to their website at nationalplannersofpakistan.com/grouptour2026 to get every last detail and secure your spot on the roster. So, let's recap real quick. We've seen the geographical ascent from the dense history of Lahore all the way up to the glacial lakes of Skardu. We've seen the masterful balance of rugged adventure and luxury comfort. The itinerary is set, the logistics are handled. So the only remaining question is, will you be on that manifest in October 2026? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.